This is the Thompson Cast. I am Mel Thompson. Now is the best time to look at businesses who seek to enter the Asian agricultural markets. A need for imports due to droughts in Asia is opening the door to exports of agricultural products and services. Asia is predicted to face long periods of severe drought in the next 10 years. China is looking to import from Europe and is also financing agricultural storage products such as grain elevators, and therefore it would not be a source for exports to other Asian nations. However, other parts of Asia and South Asia may be more open to increase U.S. exports as China looks towards Europe and Africa for their markets as far as imports of grain and doing business as far as financing other types of products. The United States has an opportunity to set up shop in China's neighborhood in the agricultural export sector in the next decade. Foreign direct investment in projects and businesses that will export and transport agricultural goods to Asia are the areas to watch. The political risk is the lack of will in the United States to help our own farmers. How can farmers export and take advantage of this opening during a drought? Well, you could and should expect aid from our own federal government, given that food is a key export and vital to our own existence. Now, that is the logical way to look at it, but just this week, Congress recessed for the summer without any action to aid suffering Midwest farmers who are being economically hammered by this unprecedented drought. The lack of action, coupled with a rebuilding mode for many farmers after the drought, is a political risk for foreign direct investors looking at Asian agricultural markets, projects started by U.S. businesses in anticipation of a need in those markets, and any type of investment that would lead in an ancillary way to Asian markets in the agricultural sectors. In other words, our own government, by doing nothing, is creating a political risk to an Asian agricultural export market that will be strong for 10 years. The U.S. farmer needs help to be able to supply the exports that can be invested in by U.S. farmers, companies, and people like yourself who may be foreign direct investors. Among the markets that will be in need of U.S. exports are India, Afghanistan, Mongolia, and Pakistan. One problem: our farmers will be busy restocking and recovering from a drought that could have been eased if our own government had only provided aid. Asia imports almost 70% of the world's soybeans from North and Latin America and around 40% of the world's tradable corn, largely for animal feed. Why can't we enter these markets? What would be hindering us from entering these markets? Could it be a natural disaster? Could it be something that would prevent our farmers from growing productively enough to enter these markets? In my view, the United States is missing an opportunity to enter the markets that are now supplied and will continue to be supplied by North and Latin America only because there is no aid offered to U.S. farmers to get them through this drought. This inaction is a real political risk to investing in Asian agricultural markets over the next 10 years. This has been the Thompson Cast. I am Mel Thompson.